prejudice. The shooter we've all been...
I tried, Trevor! Come quick, boss!
What's going on, Ron?
They were here for you. Here for you.
Who was here?
Them bikers. After you killed Johnny K.
And they damage my stuff, huh? They smash up my home, damage my soul. This statue here of impotent rage, this fucking meant more to me than Johnny K meant to anyone, and they smashed it. Those pathetic midlife crisis, hog-riding, shaven-headed, fruity leather, chapped-wearing fucking assholes.
They're assholes, Trevor. They are. They're chap-wearing assholes.
Wait, you little shit. Whoa. Hey, Michael fucking Townley, right? Bitch wife, 2 kids, 45. Find him?
Los Santos is a big place, Trevor. There's lots of people.
You are fucking useless. Huh? Find out who did that fucking robbery, all right? And if Michael Townley lives there, or anyone matching his description, I'm gonna kill you and your fucking cousin. Am I being clear now?
Yes, Trevor.
Thank you. Wait. Now smile. Yeah, all right? That's better. Run along. Now, Ron, shall we go? I cannot believe that they fucking destroyed my statue of impotent rage. The cheek, huh? The fucking cheek of it. I gotta swing by.
I love that line, the fucking cheek of it. Anyway, hello everyone, welcome back to Grand Theft Auto 5. It is the rest of the Trevor extravaganza. We're going to be finishing it up in this video, as you can see from the runtime. This video is a little chunky. That's just because it was either, like, to cut this off at a good, point. I would either have had to make this video like 29 minutes long, or as long as it is, and I just feel like erring on the side of fewer videos is good, packing more stuff into one video so we're not drawing this shit out too long, you know what I'm saying? I'm also going to try, especially now that Mario World is going to be finishing up this week, I'm going to try to get 2 of these videos out per week, if I can help it. My goal is to do 2 LP videos a week, and then at least 1 stream a week. So, we'll see if that happens.
Ron, I got the gun. Meet me at the water tower just north of the airfield.
Roger that, Trevor. But you gotta look out, because there's bikers all over this airstrip.
Of course there are! 2 planes are touching down at the
anyway, so yeah, this mission is, we're going to the airstrip and we're gonna be picking off some dudes and then taking a plane and taking it to an airstrip. And that's pretty much what it is. That's basically what this whole Trevor dealio is just, setting up all of the various criminal enterprises that he is a part of and is at war with in various ways, which all come to a head in one way or another throughout the game's story, of course, some in more interesting ways than others. I've already complained about the Trevor bit of this game and about him as a character in general. I just don't think he is all that interesting, or his relationships or rivalries are as interesting. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who Michael's rivalry is with. I guess just his family. That one is the more compelling one. And then Franklin just has the gang one. And there's a little bit of color and texture given to that world. Not nearly as much as San Andreas. I think that one has a much more, like, I don't know what word, organic, believable, I don't know, sort of portrayal of gang life. San Andreas would be a good game to LP if I were any good at it. I didn't play it as much growing up as I did 4, so Just am not as used to it as I am that game. I played a lot of San Andreas multiplayer, but that's a very different kind of thing. Anyway, so today, at least the day that I'm recording this, I am hoping I'm gonna get it up the same day that I am doing it. Today is Halloween night. It is the most ghoulish night of the year, as Ghost Maximus 5000 would say. I don't have any special Halloween content for you this year. I apologize. I didn't really think ahead about it, and people have been, I don't know if people are just busy or if they all hate me now, but people have just not really been in the mood to play video games. You know, the people in the friend group, the usual folks on the streams and whatnot, outside of Walter and, I don't know, Custard's usually around. But yeah, but it's Halloween. I'm not doing anything. I will be watching a movie with Tyler in a little while. I think we're going to watch the movie Demon Knight, the Tales from the Crypt movie, which I've already seen. I actually watched it a few weeks ago, but it's really good. I don't think he has seen it. But I really like it. It's got a really good performance by Billy Zane as the villain. You may know him as the pompous poophead that Kate Winslet is supposed to marry in Titanic. Been watching a lot of different stuff lately. I talked yesterday, or not yesterday, but in the last video about the silent movies and old cartoons that I've been watching lately. I also have seen some movies recently because the Philly Film Festival just wrapped up, so I saw a couple things there. I saw Evil Does Not Exist, which is the new Ryusuke Hamaguchi movie. He made the movie Drive My Car a couple years ago that won the International Film Oscar. He's also made two movies that I really, really love, Happy Hour and Asako 1 and 2. I highly recommend those as well. Evil Does Not Exist was pretty good. I liked it a lot. I think it... I would probably like to see it again sometime. I did not like it as either of those two movies or Drive My Car, but it's still a great movie. What else did I see at the film festival? I saw In Our Day, which is a Hong Sang-soo movie. I don't know if I've ever talked about Hong Sang-soo in any detail or at any length. It's been a while since I've really given any real, serious thoughts on movie stuff in general on YouTube, honestly. But In Our Day, Hong Sang-soo is one of my favorite directors of all time, and he's extremely prolific because his films are very cheap and pretty simple. And it's actually the second movie that he made this year. The other one was called In Water. In Our Day was a surprise screening at either Cannes or Venice, I forget. I saw In Water. I just saw a fucking rip of it. I didn't see it in theaters. It wasn't playing anywhere around here. That one was notable for being a more experimental thing for him, where the entire movie is out of focus, which sounds obnoxious, but I don't mind it. I mean it's a good movie. I don't know if people who are unfamiliar with Hong Sang-soo's style would like it very much, but I don't really agree with either the people who say that it's an audacious sort of experiment, or the people who think that he's a fucking hack and he'll just put out any bullshit and people will say it's great. I think it's a pretty middle of the road movie for his filmography, but still is very good. And I don't know, I like the experiment of it being out of focus. It has a kind of impressionistic effect on us, almost. because it's otherwise a pretty bare bones and typical story for Hong. A lot of his movies have to do with filmmakers and relationships and very few and very simple camera setups, long take scenes. I don't know if I would say there's heavy improvisation in his movies, but the dialogue is very naturalistic, and the actors, there's a lot of like collaboration with the actors in developing the characters and the dialogue on the spot. It's very rare that Hong will come to a shoot day with a full scene actually written. It kind of happens as they go. He has a very unique process of making movies, one of the reasons I think he's interesting. Anyway, In Our Day is a much more typical Hong, but I think a much better movie. I won't say way better, but I liked it a lot more than In Water. That was a little bit dicey there. Yeah, it's a little more typical, but I don't know. There are a lot of parts of it that I found pretty moving and funny, like most of his movies. I think it's like two main storylines that are running parallel to each other. One of them is these two young filmmakers are interviewing an older poet, and they're not getting satisfying answers to their questions about life and art and everything. And the older guy just is constantly talking about how he can't smoke cigarettes or drink anymore because he's too old and his health is bad, but that's all he wants to do is smoke cigarettes and drink. And the other story is about, I guess they're roommates, but they're these two young women, and it's difficult to really explain what's going on between them, but they talk about a cat for a while. They have a cat, and they talk about the cat, and they feed the cat, and whatnot. Hong Sang-soo movies are very weird to describe because, from a conventional understanding of movies, not much happens in them, but I don't find them boring at all. I'm sure there are many people, I know there are many people who would and do find his movies boring and don't understand the appeal of them, and that's okay, but I happen to really enjoy stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, I went to see that in the theater. That was great. I also saw John Ford's The Searchers on 35mm, which was cool. I had seen that movie before. It's one of the, most acclaimed westerns of all time. But it was really nice to see it in the theater. It was funny seeing the very problematic politics of that movie playing with a modern audience. It was not packed. The other two screenings had a pretty good showing, but the Searchers was pretty much just me, JT, and Nico, and like 20 old people. And the print was a little scratchy, a little scuffed up, but it's so nice seeing, and it's such a rare, even in this city, which is ostensibly like a big art city, there's no repertory theaters, and, the few independent theaters that there are in Philly almost never have repertory screenings on actual film prints, of actual film prints. So when they do, it is a rare treat. And honestly, most of the time when they do, it's nothing interesting. It's just basic ass. It's like, Wizard of Oz, and it's like, okay, great, but, you could show some movies that people older than children have seen. I don't know. I complain about it a lot, but it's fair. There are people I know who live in dick-ass Ohio or something, just complete nothing towns, suburbs, and they have an old-ass theater that shows, they're seeing, fucking 35mm screenings of, Speed Racer and, the Parallax View and shit, and it's why do you guys have all the stuff that I want? Anyway, So it was nice to see The Searchers on 35mm. It's just nice to see things on film. I remember when I was coming back from seeing Oppenheimer on 70mm, I was taking an Uber. It was a long Uber ride because I had to go to Cherry Hill, New Jersey to see that movie because there are no theaters in Philly that... I don't even know if there are any that project film like on the reg. Any chain theaters, that is. That was the closest place showing the 70mm print. So I was in the Uber for a while afterward, and I had mentioned, I'd seen the movie already, but I was seeing it again because I liked it, and also because this time it was in 70mm and I wanted to see it. And this is like an older dude, mind you, and he's like, can you tell the difference between when something is being projected on film and when it's projected digitally, or when it's shot on film versus digitally? And I said, sometimes it can be tricky. There are some digital... There's some films shot on digital that imitate film grain well enough that there are some shots that can be tough to tell. And much more frequently, there are some movies that are shot on film, and TV shows even that are shot on film, but because of how they are color graded or post-processed, or even because of how they look on streaming, like the compression on Netflix or YouTube or whatever, they basically look indistinguishable from most digitally shot things that you'd see. But for the most part, yes. And especially when it comes to projection, I can absolutely tell when it's being projected on film versus digital. And I think it's become easier to notice that difference the less prevalent film projection is, because it's a more, I don't know, I guess if it's more novel, it's more easy to pick out from the rest, at least as far as I am concerned. But he was like shocked. This guy who's like 70 years old or whatever, he was like, how can you, I don't even know how you can tell. And I don't really know how to explain how you can tell. It looks different. I don't know what to tell you. It's the way the colors look, and just the light and shadows and everything, and they look different. That captures light differently than a digital camera, so it looks different. But I fucking blew his mind. And it's crazy because that, he was alive for, films were projected on film for the vast majority of time up to now. And even, it's pretty recent, honestly, that everything is shot and projected on digital. That's something that wasn't really fully encompassing until like 10 years ago. A little bit more than 10 years ago, probably. But yeah. Anyway, got a nice little bit of mileage out of talking about movies that I saw. I saw Killers of the Flower Moon. Hold on, let me...
I got just a thing. Let's raise some hell, neighbor.
Sorry, I wanted to take a drink before I continue talking. Also, this is Cletus. This is Stranger in Freak Mission. He teaches you how to shoot stuff. The satellite dishes are easy. I kind of shit the bed on shooting the tires, though. He has a second mission later on. Great. Awesome angle with this flag. Flag looked kind of nice in the close-up there, though. He has another mission later on where you shoot animals, and I might show that off. Anyway, Killers of the Flower Moon, the new Scorsese movie, is fantastic. I've seen it twice already. The second time was just kind of a clarifying experience. Just like, yep, seeing a movie again, kind of knowing how it's gonna go, you can just kind of sit back and start noticing things, and start like noticing what the movie looks like as a whole thing, as a whole picture, and how everything comes together. And I mean, it's great. It's like The Irishman is a truly like epic masterpiece about like American crime, but rendered in such like a banal way. I don't really know what all to say about it, other than that it's really great and people should see it. And also I recommend reading the book, which is very good, if you want a little bit more background detail, especially on the FBI investigation part of it, because that is the primary focus of the book, whereas in the movie, the FBI investigation doesn't start until like 2.5 hours into the movie. Which makes sense to me, because in the book, I mean, by the time the FBI guys showed up, what was going on was really obvious. It was always obvious. And that is why, that's one criticism of Killers of the Flower Moon that I do not agree with. Which is, there are some people who say that it was, like, boring because there was no tension, because we know the mystery the whole time. We know what's happening. We know who's killing the Indians. We know why. We see them do it, and they talk openly about it. And I don't think that this removes the tension. I think it has an interesting, like, psychological effect to watching the movie where... And I think it works for what the subject of the movie is, where it's like... It's this open secret, this, like, very obvious crime with very obvious perpetrators and motivations, but nothing happens. Like, no one will do anything about it, no one will acknowledge it, and so it is treated like a mystery while we are just watching in plain sight what's going on. And we're seeing it from... The protagonist of the movie that the audience sort of follows and the audience sits in with is Leo's character, who is maybe the lowest IQ Scorsese protagonist I've ever seen. He's very stupid, not in a bad way. He's stupid in the book as well, in real life, or at least that's how he comes off. Especially the fucking insurance scam that he tries to pull, which is just completely fucking harebrained. But I think that's a much more powerful way to tell that story of making you, because the legacy of Scorsese's movies and the reason why stupid people think he is an evil man is that, he excites you with these crimes, with stuff like Goodfellas or Wolf of Wall Street in particular. Like, these excesses and this violence it doesn't shy away from the fact that it's enjoyable a lot of the time for the people doing it, and the movies don't shy away in the way that they're edited and directed. They don't shy away from letting you have fun and letting you enjoy yourself watching this and vicariously participating in evil, in particular the evils of American organized crime and how they've manifested throughout history. I think The Irishman gets into that as well. But yeah, the thing that's interesting about The Irishman and now Killers of the Flower Moon is the people that they put you in the perspective of for that ride and what they do is just so like banal that it's the perversity of it and the perversity of enjoying it and the perversity of telling the story is interrogated a lot more closely, especially in Killers, especially at the end of Killers, which I will not talk about in case people want to see it. But all I'll say is that the way that the movie wraps up is similar to The Irishman in that I think it's a very personal and direct thing from Scorsese in terms of reflecting back on a life of making these movies and telling these stories, and his a lot of previous Scorsese movies, including Wolf of Wall Street, famously sort of indict the audience. And Killers of the Flower Moon is an indictment of really Scorsese himself, as much or even more than the audience. And I'm very sorry. You're sorry? It just the way that he turns it back on himself is really interesting. Yeah, really love the movie. Definitely go see it. Lily Gladstone, by the way, who plays Molly Burkhart, gives the best performance of the movie, and probably the best performance of any movie that I've seen this year so far. She is a great actress. If you haven't seen the movie Certain Women by Kelly Reichardt, she is great in that. I mean, the movie is great. You should watch it in general, but specifically, if you, like many people have, with good reason, the last couple weeks, if you have found yourself a newly minted Lily Gladstone fan, because she is a beautiful, charming woman and a very talented actress, Certain Women can help satiate your desire for more of her. It's also not quite such a bummer, because, I mean, there are parts of her performance in Killers that are pretty rough, pretty difficult to bear. So yeah, it's definitely a bummer, that movie. Not an uplifting flick, but probably my favorite movie that I've seen this year so far. And it's also just so fucking cool to see Scorsese still putting out like all-time career high bangers at like 81 years old. I was reading that GQ interview with him after I saw Killers. I read the GQ interview that he did, and I was really moved by it. He was talking about like being at the end of his life and how he feels like there's so much more to do, so much more he wants to learn, and just coming to terms with the fact that there is not enough time. And a lot of things. He has just ruminations on a lot of different things in that article that I found really nice. So, yeah. All right. Well, I've sorry, rambled about a lot of different stuff. There's going to be a pretty long stretch of dialogue that I'm going to let go uninterrupted in the second chunk of this video. This one, so the Chinese, they've made business deals with this like redneck incest meth lab family, and so now Trevor's gonna go murder all of them, because that's what you do as Trevor. That's pretty much the outline of most of the Trevor-centric missions. Is Trevor finds out that someone pisses him off, and he goes, grrr, and then you murder all of them, and then you deal with whatever happens as a result of that. I really like to do it this way, where I pick them off with the sniper rifle. If you're really slick with it, you can get all of these dudes that are outside without alerting anybody. If you get them quick enough, because yeah, they're gonna, once they see their their friend's head explode, they'll just go like, wait, and try to get their gun. That dude was literally staring at his friend's face as it exploded in front of him and didn't even fucking flinch. That man's crazy. Anyway, yeah, there you go. Bing, bang, boom. Like 12 fucking rednecks dead, and we haven't even opened the door to the house. They didn't even know I was coming yet. Anyway, this part's kind of fun, for a reason that you'll see later on after I get my dick slammed in the fence. I also think I die on this one. I think I was getting a little too nutty with it and got shot in the frickin' head. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, when you get to blow up the house later, spoilers, that's pretty fun. That's happening in a couple minutes. That'll be cool. I I like this little bit of music here that plays. I kind of am ambivalent to, like, the score in this game. I don't know why it just doesn't really do anything for me, especially compared to the original music in 4 and San Andreas. But it's not bad. It has its moments. I can't fucking talk. I've forgotten how to speak English. I'm sorry. But yeah, anyway, I hope everybody has a lovely Halloween. I hope you stay safe out there when you're trick-or-treating, all of the young children who watch my videos and are watching this right now. I feel like, I mean, I don't really have the best vantage point of this phenomenon because I live in a city and it's just not... I also live in a, like, block of the city where it's all, like, multi-unit apartments, so nobody's coming and knocking on my fucking door looking for candy, you know? But in general, just from observation of the lives of people in my life who have children, I feel like kids aren't going out trick-or-treating as much as they used to, in as great numbers as they used to. I don't know. I feel like nowadays Halloween is like way more for the adults. I feel like adults are dressing up more and going out, and you just like you take your kid out trick-or-treating at like 4 p.m. on a random weekend in October, and that's fucking it, and then like you go out and get hammered or whatever. And this is one of several reasons why in the Christmas versus Halloween debate, I'll always be Team Christmas. Because Halloween season is cool, I agree with that. I like the spooky stuff, I like pumpkins and ghosts and ghouls and all that kind of stuff. The whole getting candy thing is a great cultural tradition that we should continue forever. Dressing up as stuff is fun. Like, it's all good. Halloween is fun. The thing is, Halloween the day just doesn't really have the same excitement, at least once you're not a kid anymore, because you usually don't do anything on Halloween itself. Like, most people, if they have like a Halloween party, you know, like 60% of the time of the years, Halloween falls on a school night, and so it's probably even more than that, but you know, so you just do something. Like, I went to a Halloween party this year on October 28th or whatever. And so once you get to Halloween, meanwhile, Christmas, it's like you do all that build-up, and then it's fucking Christmas, and you get gifts and stuff. But especially when you're an adult on Halloween, and it's like, I've been eating candy in my own house for years. I don't need to go anywhere. And yeah, I dressed up as Harley Quinn, and I went to a party or whatever, but I did it on October 24th. So, you know, Halloween, like today's Halloween, and what am I doing? I went to the library. I'm doing this. I'm gonna get some Chinese food later and watch Demon Knight. Watching Demon Knight is the most Halloween-y thing that I'm doing. But so yeah, I think I like Halloween season more than Halloween the day. Christmas season, meanwhile, the Christmas season is annoying as fuck, but Christmas the day rules. I say Christmas season is annoying not because of the joy and merriment, but because of I don't know. It's usually a very hectic time of year. There's usually a lot of bullshit going on in December. You know what I mean?
I've been trying, Trevor.
But Thanksgiving's also lit. That's a pretty nice time. I would consider that part of the Christmas season. I mean, as far as department stores are concerned, Christmas season starts on like October 29th. I went to go get some Halloween shit like a week ago, and they had one at Target, at like the big Target here in Philly, and they had one aisle of Halloween decorations and then like 5 aisles of Christmas shit, and it was like, why? It's still, Halloween was a week away. Why? I ain't no molester. I kind of like Wade. I know that he's just like a dumbass, but what can I say? I'm easy to amuse. Here is the bit of a lot of dialogue that I'm going to talk over a lot less, starting in a minute. I was going to talk more about Halloween shit, but I don't really have much to say. I went as Clifford from the movie Clifford, starring Martin Short, at the Halloween party. JT and Nico threw a Halloween party, and not many people knew who I was, which I expected. It's not an extremely well-known movie. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. Martin Short in Clifford with Chuck Grodin. It's from 1994. Martin Short plays a demented 10-year-old boy who's obsessed with dinosaurs. And I am the same height as him and have similar hair, and I had all of the parts to the costume already except for his red sweater vest, so I just bought that for like $15. And yeah, not many people knew who I was, but JT and Nico did, and that's all that mattered. And a couple of people did. A couple real movie heads knew who I was, and they fucked with it. So, and the people who didn't, several of the people who asked me who I was, they didn't know who it was, but then after I told them, they were like, oh, well, that just looks good, like, that's just a good outfit, which is so funny, because it's a fucking sweater vest and shirt and tie and black shorts and dress shoes with white socks up to my knees, and they're like, oh, it's a good look for you, and you're like, oh, great, I'm glad that I embody the role of fucking nerdy 10-year-old boy, like, cartoonish 10-year-old boy, so effortlessly. But it was funny. One guy had a really good costume as a halal food truck. He just came in a big like cardboard box with aluminum on it, and he had like the moving letters sign and everything. It was great. I found out recently that since COVID, but apparently there are people who do this just in general because they're like insane suburban moms who are afraid of everything. They don't want to like take their kids around the neighborhood. They do a thing called trunk or treat now, where you go in some fucking parking lot of a church or something, and everybody parks their cars and opens their trunk, and there's candy in the trunk, and you put on your fucking Paw Patrol mask and you walk around the parking lot like you're at a goddamn a car show, which is actually pretty funny. Not pretty funny, pretty fun car shows to go to. What was the place? There's a barbecue place, and I'm completely blanking on the name, but in my hometown, they closed it. It's something else now. I think it's a liquor store or something. But there used to be a barbecue place. It's going to piss me off so fucking much that I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, in my hometown, there's a barbecue place that hosted a car show every Sunday in the parking lot, and that was pretty fucking cool. But yeah, doing that to get to trick-or-treat sounds like a pain in the ass. That doesn't sound like it would be fun at all. Anyway, here we're doing our final solution on the Lost. Yeah, doing sticky bombs, throwing them on the trailers. It takes a little bit because you got to sneak around. I mean, if you alert them, then you just have to shoot them. But I don't like doing it, and I like sneaking around. I like this rain thing. It always rains during this mission for moodiness. And I don't know, the water and light and shadows, I think, look pretty good in this game. So I always liked how this part looks, even though it's not very fun to walk around so slowly. And in a little bit, I will I sped up a portion of this so that it doesn't take a million years. waiting around. I was really paranoid to throw this thing while this guy was there. I was really taking my time here. The sped up bit happens in a minute. What was the other thing? What else have I been doing lately? Been trying to read a lot more lately. That's why I was at the library today. I was picking up some books. Been reading a lot of history stuff lately. It's just been where my brain's been going. And I used to be such a voracious reader when I was a young man. And I still read pretty frequently. I've gotten pretty good about it, but I want to be more consistent with it. So I'm trying to do that. And yeah, so it's been pretty good. Been reading a book about ancient Iraq, ancient Mesopotamia. Really enjoying reading that. I started playing Civ 6 more recently because of it. It's so stupid, but yeah, just thinking about like ancient civilizations and reading about that just made me think of Civ 6 and wanted to play it again. And I did, and I stayed up until like 4 a.m. a couple days ago, or like 3, playing Civ 6, because I was winning. That's the thing, is that when I'm winning the game, I don't want to stop. And I did end up winning. I got the science victory, which is my favorite kind to try to get. I think it was the first time I actually got it, though, honestly, in that game at least. Yeah, I feel like the science and military victories are the only two real satisfying ones, because, like, the cultural and religious victory, like, who gives a fuck? And also just, the science victory is close to how I play the game normally anyway, because it just involves, among other things, but primarily just trying to finish the tech tree before anyone else and just get all the technologies, which I like doing. It feels like a good sort of metric for completion of the game, to have discovered all of the science. And also there are very obvious advantages to getting as many technologies before other people as possible. And then the military victory, obviously, is the other kind of no-brainer one that's satisfying, is because you take over all the places. But that one's more of a pain in the ass, kind of. I like the science victory because you can just kind of keep to yourself and whatnot. And I did. I only had to deal with, and there's usually one of these. There's usually one civ that just wants to fuck with you. And so there was, so Hungary, the Hungarian Empire, had 2 surprise wars. And they didn't do anything. I got their ass, but they were a bunch of tenacious little fuckers. And, yeah, so I nuked their capital city, and that put a stop to that real quick. I love, Civ is one of those games that's a great, and this GTA is a great game. It's a great time for, a great outlet for, like, I don't know, bad human impulses. If you want to be Hitler, you can do so in the comfort of your home and without hurting anyone if you play Civ 6. Anyway, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let this bit. There's some good context in this dialogue that I'm talking over, so yeah, I'll shut up.
I wasn't supposed to say what I am. I'll start again. Animal, vegetable, or mineral.
Hey, how about this? I'll tell you a story if you promise never to speak again.
I like stories.
Of course you do. This story's about a boy called Trisha.
Is Trisha a boy's name?
It doesn't matter.
Sounds weird.
He was weird. He was the smartest, toughest, weirdest kid in Canada. Well, in the Canadian border region of America.
Okay.
This boy, he had all the talent, charisma, and guile that a boy could have, but he didn't know what to do with it.
He should become a baseball player.
No, he shouldn't. Because he's not a fucking sellout idiot.
Or hockey player.
He did for a while, but his coach accidentally had a stick jammed up his ass.
What could he do?
I'll tell you in a second, okay? Just let me concentrate on the road. Right there, Los Santos. The end of the fucking earth.
This is the place! I seen it on the holiday card. So, this is Los Santos.
I guess it is.
I always wanted to come here.
But you got stuck in the desert.
It's still San Andreas.
Best part of the state.
The country, and I'm sorry, not the city. Baby goes from titty to titty, y'all city, plane flies from city to city.
Same old tune, fiddle and guitar. Where do we take?
So, Michael, this is where dead men come back to life, huh? It's been nearly 10 years. Oh, but you'll keep for another day or so, huh, old friend? You motherfucking fuck! I grieved for you! You weren't even fucking dead. You were my best friend. Well, guess who's coming to shit on your doorstep, you fuck!
Lloyd ain't around here. What are you doing?
Los Santos, the city of shitheads. Where else would he be?
Floyd's over in Vespucci Beach. Will you tell me the story about that boy, Trisha?
Ah, yeah. Where were we?
You were saying what he could do. He couldn't throw, and his coach had a stick accident like I had one.
Right. But he could fly planes, this kid. So he signed up to the Air Force to fly all day long and bomb villages and maybe, just maybe, drop the nuke. And it was all going well until one day, just before he got his wings, an evil witch in charge of psychological evaluations told him he was unstable. Grounded him for life.
That's terrible.
It was! Sent him to a deep pit of doubt and despair. And just then, just as he hit rock bottom, he met a fat, silver-tongued troll under a bridge.
That's cool. What was the troll's name?
Michelle.
A lady troll?
Yeah, he had tits like one, but no, he was a boy.
Michelle is a funny name for a boy.
Well, this was a funny boy. He sat under his bridge, robbing anyone who passed him by. Sometimes he'd go into town and rob the shops and inns and such. And he persuaded our hero that maybe he should rob people too. And you know what? Little Trisha did rob people, and little Trisha was good at it.
And they lived happily ever after?
For a while. Until the troll met another troll in a strip club, and they fell in lust. And he bought her a pair of fake troll tits, even bigger than his real troll tits, so she could make more money stripping. Maybe a little on the side without call work, but...
Oh, we're near Floyd's house. I've seen it on icon maps. I'll give you directions. Just straight over this one. It's straight here. It's a right up here.
Catastrophic damage and most
Now keep going.
species. Space
This is the place. I think it is, at least.
50,000 years ago.
Cousin Floyd! Come up here, Trevor! Floyd, it's me, Wade! Who? Me, Wade, your cousin.
Your cousin! Fuck! He's come to visit you, you rude fuck. Now get up off the floor and fix me a fucking drink.
Oh, you, wait. I heard you was off smoking meth somewhere.
No, not somewhere. Here. He's gonna smoke meth here. Give me a fucking lighter.
You can't smoke here.
Okay.
This is my girlfriend's place. She's at a business conference. You can't smoke here and you can't stay here.
How's it going, cousin? It's been a while.
Yeah, I ain't seen you since you was called Evelyn's bed.
A guy was never proved.
You gotta go, both of you. My girlfriend, she'd kill me if she knew I had guests.
Well, it's not much of a girlfriend if you don't like your family. Now, would you get me a fucking drink? I'm not gonna ask you again.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wait, I ain't got no booze.
Then you go out and fucking get me something. You go too.
All right,
Fuck.
Alright. I just wanted to let that go uncommented over. It was a lot of dialogue. There was a lot of stuff before that I talked over too. I actually wasn't planning on just rambling through this whole video about other bullshit, but hey, that's what I do. That's what it's all about, man. And I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, next time we'll be playing as Trevor in Los Santos. See you then.